Hello everyone, welcome to Sabrina's Diaries. I am Sabrina and today we are going to do chapter 7 from the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. In the last chapter we saw, in chapter 6, the summary, we saw that they were following a robin in the hopes that they will reach to Mr. Tumnus, aka the fawn. So now that they are following in chapter 7, we can see that they have followed the robin long enough, but there was a point when the robin flew away and they became confused and they were scared. How will they go back, or what will they do from now onwards? Where are they gonna go to look for the fawn, Mr. Tumnus? That's when they started noticing something that was moving behind the bushes. I would say it was first behind the trees and then started skipping from the trees to the bushes, from bushes to the trees, and they were all getting really scared that, okay, what's going on? What is this creature? And they were really scared. Okay, I'm scared too. So after that, Peter said, you know what, we really need to find out what is this creature and why is it hiding from us? Is it trying to hurt us, or is it actually a friendly creature? And later they found out that it is a beaver. It just stuck its head out and it was signaling them to come closer with his paw, and it was also signaling them to stay quiet. So upon seeing this, they were confused, scared, and but Lucy was she's always this open-minded, fresh spirit, and she said, you know what, let's go for it and let's go ahead and see what happens, because I really think it's a nice beaver. Susan also said, you know what, we gotta risk it and see for ourselves what happens next. So they go closer to the beaver and the beaver asks them if they are the sons of Adam and daughters of Eve, and Peter funnily said, yeah, we are some of them. And the beaver said, shh, don't talk so loudly, even the trees have ears and not all the trees are in the good side, some of them are in the White Witch's side, so we have to be very careful and make sure that no one hears our conversation. So he immediately invited them to his home, and they all rushed behind him and they all followed him, as they were all very hungry and they were hoping for some good food. When they reached there, they saw that Mrs. Beaver was waiting for them, and she was so ecstatic, as if like she was already expecting them to be there, and she welcomed them with open paws and said, oh my god, finally you guys are here. So now we can understand that probably there is a prophecy where they were expecting 4 daughters and sons of Adam and Eve to show up, and that is what's coming true right now. And immediately they entered the beaver's house, and it was not as nice as Mr. Tumnus's cave, but it was good enough according to Lucy. So they entered, and immediately the food was being served, was being prepared at first, and then there was this amazing marmalade roll, and then there was fish, there was bread, there was all sorts of good food and fresh food, and they were starving like hell, so they couldn't stop themselves, and they helped Mrs. Beaver to set up the table, and then all of them sat together with a glass of milk and they started eating. And after finishing the roll, they also had fresh hot tea to have with it, and Mr. Beaver had his beer. Yeah, so after that, after finishing having their food and everything, Mr. Beaver said, it's snowing out there, so that's a good sign. That means we are not going to expect any visitors, and also it's another good sign, because if someone were to follow them, they won't be able to, because the footsteps of these children and Mr. Beavers will be covered, the tracks will be covered because of the snow. So that's a good thing. So chapter 7 ends with this kind of note. So I usually call this chapter the yummy chapter, because it has so much description about the food and how yummy it is. So it's always interesting, and I get hungry whenever I read this chapter. So I suggest you read it and see if it's helpful or not. And I hope you'll enjoy the chapter on your own when you read it this time. So for today, I'm going to say goodbye. Please comment and share and like, and thank you so much for your support already. Bye bye.